Hi, I'm Dave Bennett. Welcome to Decrypt My Leads. We have two purposes here. The first is that we make very large websites that are high quality for different industries and different locations around the US. And so as people do Google searches, they land on our pages and we capture lead information about them and make that available to all the local competitors who are interested in just receiving the texted information for each different lead. Nobody has to pay for the texts. They just see the information about the person. John Q is interested in Bowen therapy, or Ann S is interested in selling her home, or John D is looking for a water heater installation service, something like that. Well, the information that we track, the information that we're capturing, leads right back to the very wording on that blue link that they clicked on because we want to match that clearly so you know what their interest was. So we capture that and we offer that basic sample information out. And the people who are receiving it are the companies in the area who would normally want to receive leads like that. So if people are receiving the leads and they don't want to receive them anymore, they can reply with stop, but a word of warning. If you do that, you cannot re-add the phone number again. Okay, you would have to have another phone number. If you need us to use a different texting number for you, then let's go through that motion. You can do that when you request your free snippet over here. Okay, so continuing, we put out these websites, people land on the websites, we capture the leads, we send it, and then whoever's looking at the leads, whoever's interested in the lead at the time, first person to claim it gets it. Okay, there's a charge for claiming the lead because you're taking it away from everyone else and saying, I'm the one that wants to handle that lead. But then we send you all the information we have on that lead. The amount that you pay per lead is dependent on the total information you receive for the lead. In other words, sometimes we capture more, sometimes we capture less. So it's commensurate, it's totally appropriate, and it's cheaper than if you're spending your money on ads or almost anything else. I'll demonstrate that in this video. If you watch long enough, you'll see. So the other purpose that we have, just to clarify, is that we do projects for individual companies. So we set up code snippets for their website, and they're invisible code snippets. All these snippets here, these free snippets, they're what we call our magic snippet. When you put it in your website, it's invisible. Nobody sees it. It could be right here. You wouldn't know. Okay, nobody sees it. Doesn't affect your ranking, doesn't have any effects of any kind. But what happens is, in the back end, when somebody visits your page or visits a page that has a snippet on it, then we have a really good chance of figuring out who they are if they're in the US. And when we figure out who they are, we can text you that information right away. All of this happens automatically. So when you receive the texted information, you can decide how you want to interact with that particular lead. We can do other things as well, like take the email address for the lead and just put it in your newsletter for you. And your newsletter can contact them like they're a new client, new prospect that you're going to convert into a client. So here we go. Let me just walk you through this real quick. You can obviously read this quickly because it's very short. Okay, and just reiterates what I've been saying. Now, if I go here, this is just an example. This is a small project. This could be Denver roofers with an average 51 leads per day. Okay, so obviously one roofing company usually cannot handle 51 leads per day. So by texting the leads to several roofing companies in the area, whoever's open and available right now can say, you know what, I want that lead. Okay, and then now they're busy, and maybe the next time the lead appears later in the day, somebody else is going to say, actually, I need that lead. So here's the thing. It's first come, first serve in the lead, but it's exclusive. So we're not creating a bidding war by selling the leads to more than one person, which makes us better than HomeAdvisor or Bark.com. One person can get the lead, and it's exclusive, all right? So if it feels somehow pricier than HomeAdvisor or Bark, you're going to love it because it means that you got the information no one else did. So you are not in a race to call first because you have to beat the other guy who bought it too. No two people get to buy the same information, and we never offer the same lead more than once. Okay, there's that. Another project, just to give you an example, this is bigger. This could be plumbers in Chicago, for example, 130. There are 800 registered plumbing companies inside the city bounds of Chicago. So even with 130 first-time visitors, if we're able to capture information for every single one of them, that would only be 130 leads per day going out. to plumbers, but there are 800. So this project isn't even big enough to cover the plumbers in Chicago at all. Okay, so isn't that wild? But it is a lead source. Okay, let me keep going. Okay, this is an example of a larger project. I don't remember what it is exactly. I'd look. It could be San Francisco towing, well, not towing, hopefully not DUI. That's just too many hits per day, right? All right, I think you get the idea. And then, of course, we do very large projects that can go for nationwide things where whatever you're selling works no matter where somebody is in the nation, okay? And so we'd wind up with more hits because it would be people nationwide who are doing the search and maybe fewer players because it's going to be fewer players in that industry that's serving the nation under that umbrella project, okay? So we can set them up for individual companies. Okay, let me take a slightly different angle so that you can see also how this applies to a single company. I'm going to use this company. This guy buys used machines, fitness equipment from auctions, and then fixes them up, cleans them up, checks them out, makes sure they're in great shape, and then resells them. But he sells them cheaper than if you bought a new, but the equipment is in really, really good shape, okay? That's what he does. Now, his inventory changes all the time. So he cannot rely on organic hits, the free hits from Google. He has to pay for ads. Okay, now with that in mind, let's take a look at what that looks like for him. He's got hits coming all day long. This is the 1st of February. I'm just using this day. It's the 6th right now. 1st of February all the way down. Okay. He paid. So he paid for probably 20 guys that day. He probably paid $20 each. So he may have spent $400 and heard from one or two of them. Okay. So if he spends $400 and he hears from one or two of them, then he had better make the sale. Maybe he hears from 3 or 4 of them. I talked to him. He doesn't hear from many, just very few per day. But he pays for a lot of clicks to get very few responses per day. Well, here's the thing. Maybe these are the 2 guys who called him and none of these guys did, but they clicked. They cost him money. He would love to be able to at least know who they are, at least have a chance to reach out somehow. Even if it's just mail them a catalog or stick them in his newsletter or give them a call and leave a voicemail if they don't answer. But it's better to have the information than not have the information so you can have a plan of attack. So what we'll do, what we did with his site, is we put our magic snippet into the page. Again, you can't see it. Nobody sees it. It's invisible. But in the background, it figures out who the visitors to the site are. Now, when it does that, it actually allows us to contact him with that information. We can tell him the email address of the people, the first name, last name, address, city, state, zip, phone number where applicable, and if I were to continue, often we can tell them the gender, their basic age range, if they're in their 50s or 40s, 30s, or 20s. That has a lot to do with how you're going to interact with them when you call and who you're listening for, whether it's a female or a male was doing the searching. Okay. If they're married or single, if there are kids in the house or not. That applies to like real estate agents. If they call and they're trying to talk about the home that somebody might be interested in, or if they want to sell or buy, they don't want to waste their time talking about playground equipment in the backyard and the kid's bedroom being awesome if these guys are older and they're married. So you don't have to hedge through the conversation to figure out so much about the people anymore if you already have the information. Okay. Net worth, average income, how long they've been in their current residence, whether they own it or rent it, and even their level of education. So you understand the vernacular to speak in, right? If they completed high school, some college, vocational school, or graduate school. Okay? So by knowing these points of information by somebody before you even reach out to them, you can already decide how to reach out to them. If they have a higher net worth or higher annual income, then you're going to send them your better options or discuss your better options right up front because you don't want to insult them by going too low. If they have less income, you're going to aim lower on purpose because you don't want to overwhelm them and scare them off. But isn't it good to already know a lot about the person before you decide how to contact them in any way, shape, or form? Okay, so that's what we do. We give you this information privately. It can go to your sales team, and they can react based on what you want them to do. You could call them. You could call with the aim to leave a voicemail. You could email them. You could just, maybe you're not even going to reach out to any of them. You're just going to use the emails and upload them into your Facebook lookalike campaign. That way you're telling Facebook, hey, figure out what's similar about all these people. And then reach out to other groups of people like these groups, okay? And whenever they're looking for anything like what I'm offering, then make sure my ads show up in front of them, okay? So the more you do that with your emails here, the more Facebook can say, oh, I recognize more and more and more of these people, the more pockets it can put your ads out through that are going to hit better, okay? So you're just going to increase your ROI naturally, and the whole thing can happen on automatic, okay? Very simple. Just add the emails to your Facebook campaign, walk away, your Facebook campaign will just do better, okay? So there's the point there. Now, what do I want to say? I think I broke down what we're doing. We can send you leads that are general purpose, okay? You can always say stop if you don't want them, but you can't reapply your phone number after that, so you would have to use a new phone number. Just be aware of that. But you're not charged for text. You're only charged for the leads you want, and you're able to pay attention to that amount, the credits, and how many you have, and you can replenish it anytime you want. You can spend it just on the leads you want. You know how much it's going to cost you before you spend any amount of money on any lead. You're going to find it's cheaper to know who the people are, even if you're paying for Google Ads, right? But that's the other side of the house, because the first side is we create websites to send leads generally. The other side of the house is if you want us to do a project like this specific for you, then we will set it up with you. And then that way the leads are always just texted only to you, not to other people in the area. Okay. So if we're texting the leads only to you, okay, then that means you're getting your information for the monies you're spending on your ads, or just for the visitors coming to your website, whether you're paying for ads or not. Whoever's coming to your website, for the people we can decrypt, we're just silently texting you that information to your sales guys so that they can decide how they want to interact with the client. Having said that, it is totally legitimate for you to reach out to anyone who visited your website already. There's a small paragraph you put in your terms page that says use of our website, which includes the first visit. Use of our website allows us and or our partners to reach back out to you through one or more forms of medium. Okay? And that is legal in the US. Because in the US, you're not an individual, you are a consumer. Your purpose is to be advertised to. But this is not spam, because if somebody just visited your website, you're helping them out because they already came. I always liken that to a car lot. Say, if you're in the market for a new car or a used car, you're going to go to a car lot and start looking around pretty often. That's what you'll do. And if you do, you might think, it's an interesting car. Oh, it looks pretty good. Wow, that seems like a good car. Maybe I'll go check another lot. You're just not sure what you're looking for. But if somebody, because no one came to you to meet you halfway. But that's what's happening here. People come to your website, they look around, they see all your cars, and then they're thinking, well, maybe I'll do some more window shopping, so they're going to go to somebody else and look at their cars. What is your job? To meet them halfway, to catch them at that happy time when they're actually still interested. There's about a 5-minute window of total intent that somebody has while they're doing something. That means if they went out of their way to whip out their phone, go to Google, type something in, look through the links, and click on something, they're committing to that. They're committing to research it or study it or review it or think about it. And right then and there is like you walking onto the car lot and you're just looking around, okay? You could buy, but you're not sure what you're looking for. But the first person to give them a call or leave them a voicemail or send them an email with a coupon code or something, first person to reach out has the highest likelihood of closing that guy before they go to another lot. Okay, the guys who do this best are here, and everyone's a little different. If you're in real estate, you want to call every one of those guys. Hi, I just want to make sure I got the right number. Somebody here looking to sell their house. Yeah, my sales department gave it to me. They said they weren't sure if it was the right number, but oh, you are. Okay, that's a good way to go. Another way to go is, hi, we hear you're in the market for da 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 da. If you're getting to people right away, they are in the space still. and you are providing customer service. They don't have to feel awkward about calling you. You're already calling them. If you're a DUI lawyer, you know how important that really is, because somebody's coming to the site, they might even start to call and then they hang up because they're still really embarrassed. And they're actually hoping you could break the ice for them and reassure them that you're the right guy, right? So first DUI lawyer to call is, they're going to latch right on to you. Who else can call back right away? Auto tow truck. Hi, I just want to make sure I got the right numbers. Did somebody here need their car towed? You know, hi, I want to make sure I got the right number. Is somebody here looking for pest control? You know, and that's it. That's not spam, because you're not just calling random people. You were calling the people who came to your site just now, or a site like yours in your area about the same thing right now. All right. So I think I made the point. Okay. It's important to get the information. So having said that, I'll make a couple more points. One, we have training topics. I haven't put them up yet. I'm going to start putting them up. So what you're going to see right now for training topics are these oddball fillers here. Okay. So as you see these change into actual training topics, which you will very soon, then that's where we're going to describe how you can use this information, the different ways you can use it, smart ways to go about it. Okay. Nice and simple. It'll give you a lot of insight if you don't already know what to do with that. For requesting your free snippet, call here. And again, I haven't put the stuff up. I'm going to soon. This is just some filler. That is not me. But, okay, this right here, you just filled in. Okay, first name, last name, email, best phone number for receiving texts, the leads, and your website. And what we'll do is create that project for you. Okay, when you send your request to us, okay, we'll create the project for you and email it using your email here, email you the code snippet, okay? That way, you or your webmasters can put it in your website, in the header, the footer, wherever it goes, so that it applies to all your pages, right? And that way, when we start texting you your information, it's like this. It's the information about the people who are coming to your site on a day-by-day basis. You will learn so much more than you knew. And some people, the best thing to do with these guys is just add them into an email campaign that just contacts them up front with a day zero welcome email or intro email, referral email. And then after that, anytime you have something new to add for repeat customers, guys who could come back, should come back, might come back, then that's where you get to log in your email newsletter that we set up for you, and you can actually start contacting them. Okay, now you can take the emails, add them to your own campaign. We can create a campaign for you. That's a separate charge because we have to create that. But the biggest thing that you should do right now is start getting the information. Okay. Oh, here. Sorry. Get the information. We'll give you 100 leads for free for whatever it is you're doing on your site. That's 100 leads for free. Not all of them will be great. Not all of them will be relevant. Sometimes people will land on your website for the weirdest reasons. They do it with me, you, and everyone else, and we don't know why. But by getting the information on the whole, you can see just how on par it is, how useful it is to you. If it's not useful to you, that's it. Then you'll just simply wash out of it. Okay, you can unsubscribe from the email system that we'll put you into, which you're accepting when you sign up, so that we can just let you know things that we're doing, offers, bonuses, advantages, that we are aware. Okay, you don't have to find us, we'll just let you know. But we don't put emails out frequently, usually once or twice a month, okay? So we're not gonna overwhelm you with contacts, okay? But we do have a lot to offer. So it's interesting when you choose to follow along with that. If you don't find it of value, you can drop the email newsletter, or you can just stick around because you find other things in there of great value to you. We do a lot of things. If you do find it valuable, by the time you're done with your leads, right? First of all, you made a lot of money, probably. By the time we email you 100 good leads, you've gotten into some kind of flow, especially if you watched our training and you knew how to answer those guys. You knew what you wanted to do from there. And so you're really on a roll. So now it's just how much are the leads, right? You have a sense of the percentage that are hot. You have a sense of how much you'd be willing to spend per lead. And we'll figure that out based on your situation. Okay, leads that we have nationwide or in a locale for a lot of companies in the area, they have preset prices. Okay, so when people go to claim those leads, there you go. But that again is just one lead per customer. Okay, so whoever's open, whichever Tom, Dick, or Harry company is ready for each next lead, they can claim it if they're quick. Okay, but if you got a dedicated project, you're paying for the leads to only go to you, no one else. Okay, but everybody can start right here, right now with this form. Get the snippet, get on your site so we can start texting you leads so you see what the whole thing's all about. And for those of you who just are here because you started receiving texts from leads coming to your phone because they're people looking in your area for what you're offering, okay? Then if you like it, keep going with it. You get 5 leads free that way. After that, you start paying. So you'll make a credit card payment once in a while to replenish so that you're on the draw. We knew that it'd be crazy if people had to race by entering credit card information for every lead they wanted. So we created a credit system. You buy some credits in advance, and then you just use them whenever you want on each next lead. But it's still who comes first gets it first. So just be aware of that. If you buy 5 or 20 credits and you think, oh, that's a good lead, and you hit it, if you're late, if somebody else saw the message like 2 minutes ago and they claimed it first, oh, so sorry, this lead's already taken. Okay, you'll see that. And that's how you know that it's actually great for you, because it means we're not reselling leads to other guys. Okay, so there you have it. 2 ways of engaging. Both are awesome. Both can be done concurrently. If you have any questions, you can give us a call. Okay, it says click to call. It's just on a mobile phone. Okay, otherwise just get the phone number. You can see at the bottom corner here. And then that way you can just simply pull out your own phone and dial that and give me a call. I'm Dave. If you call, you'll reach me and we can discuss your project and how we can be of service to you. All right, I'm going to get these videos done over the next couple of days and replace this stuff on the site. So it makes more sense and you'll be able to get access to the training. Okay, take care.